Hey everyone, it's Tom aka Jugs here from the Smidwinders bringing you another Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 video. Now I know I've been putting out a lot of these lately and I'm sorry, but now new information has arisen again. Well, yeah, more new information. Now I will warn you, this is 2 pages front and back because this is a very in-depth breakdown of the trailer. So if you watch the Gamescom trailer, this is the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Gamescom official trailer breakdown. If you watch that trailer and you were like, what's going on, I don't understand, I'm here to tell you about it. I'm breaking it down quite a bit. Now let me get started because this is going to be a long video as it is. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at Smidwinders, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. Man, I'm out of practice with making these videos. So to start off the trailer, we see a very menacing Great Ape Bardock land with the words, "The greatest threats of Xenoverse," end quote, flashing onto the screen. Then we get to see possessed Broly and normal Turles, followed by, quote, "cannot be conquered alone," end quote. After that, we get to see some Kanton City clips we've seen before, such as like the landing and walking around and waving at people. But now there's also a new clip just before all those clips of the standard Time Patroller flying around the hollow statue of the Xenoverse 1's Time Patroller that you can port over or just use the generic. Now on screen we'll see the begin quote, "unleash the power," end quote, shows up on screen with a new human female activating the Nimbus Cloud and Power Pole, so it's just a different female CAC. Along with after that being an Acrosian activating the Golden Frieza form. They appear to be wearing an Android 18 costume after she becomes human. It's the black jacket, the white shirt, and the blue pants and all that. Well, costume. So that means we're going to have an Android 18 costume, hopefully, or armor, depending on what it is. After that, we see a Namekian CAC wearing a Cell Costumes hat. So it's like Cell's head. And here I wrote down Piccolo's robes, but watching it back, I realized that it wasn't exactly Piccolo's robes. It was more like similar to Goku's robes when he takes off the blue understuff, except purple. And a hot pink, not hot pink as if like the Majin Girl is pink and hot, but the color hot pink, Majin Girl sporting pink dreadlocks, a pink t-shirt, and red spots on her cheeks like Shiatsu, changing into a sort of brown Kid Buu. So hopefully this means that we're either going to have that Shiatsu cheeks as like a customization option, or it's part of a costume or something. This shows that we probably choose the Kid Buu form's color, but regardless will be identical to Kid Buu. So if you want to be a pink Majin female and have a bright red Kid Buu, I'm sure that's probably what you can do. Following that, we see the standard Time Patroller turning Super Saiyan 3, followed by the message begin, quote, "unite with 5 elites," end quote, appearing on screen. Next page. Then there's a golden Acrosian firing death beams, at what looks like Great Ape Vegeta, and then the generic Saiyan Time Patroller grabbing Great Ape Vegeta's tail. After that, we see a scene of a Great Ape that kind of looks like Nappa when he loses his battle armor, and a blue-skinned CAC sporting Nova Shenron's wings. Now, I couldn't tell what race this was. I could tell it wasn't like a Majin or a Acrosian because of just how it looked. So it was either Earthling, Saiyan, or Namekian. It was kind of hard to tell, though. And if you don't know, Nova Shenron's wings are blue, so that could be a costume part 2 or something. Then we see a CAC wearing the Great Saiyan Woman outfit fighting Great Ape Vegeta. So that means we're also going to have the Great Saiyan Woman costume. Followed by a badass Super Namek knocking back Great Ape Vegeta. Begin, quote, "and battle the most powerful enemies," end quote, appears on screen, followed by the Saiyan CAC flying under Great Ape Vegeta's mouth cannon thingy. You know how Great Apes will fire the cannon. After that, a Super Saiyan 3 generic Time Patroller, an orange Majin, and a dark green Namekian get knocked back by Great Ape Vegeta's like roar thing. So you know how the Great Apes could roar and then there would be like the launch back thing all around them? That's what happened. Broly then appears on the Janemba map, grabbing the Super Saiyan 3 Time Patroller and blasting them downward. We then see a possessed Turles beating up a Saiyan or Earthling female, can't really tell. who wears a yellow hat with a T on it, and Android 18's clothes as well. Great Ape Vegeta shows back up, firing some black and purple ball at 5 Time Patrollers, a Saiyan, an Earthling, a Namekian, and a Crojan, and a Majin. Of course, they showed off each race in there. Begin quote, before they tear time itself apart, end quote, shows up on screen, followed by Great Ape Nappa with armor hitting the ground with some key punch that sends a Super Saiyan CAC flying into some tiny portal that changes into a black stone. Then Saiyan Saga Vegeta dashes at the Super Saiyan 1 CAC on a Night Mountains map. Great Ape Vegeta then summons dark orbs around himself that when an orb hits the Saiyan CAC, they start freaking out and get teleported to the room in Xenoverse 1 where you fight Final Form Demigirl with all the crystals and everything in Xenoverse. There, they fight a possessed version of themselves just before we see Super Saiyan 3 CAC flying around a black and purple large ki blast and then landing. Once grounded, the CAC fires a one-handed Kamehameha at, you guessed it, Great Ape Vegeta. The screen then fades white to show, begin quote, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, end quote, and all the fans jizz themselves as, begin quote, fight together, end quote, appears on screen. To finish the trailer, we see Majin Vegeta getting really angry and raising the debris on the ground around him, even making a crater under him, showing off that new mechanic sort of thing about the debris, but I don't know about the crater thing. That's new to me. Now, I know that was long, but bear it with me. So towards the end, we saw the giant blast coming down. It looks like a Namekian and another CAC were blocking in front of it. So this could be a sign that some players can knock back large attacks if they attack hard enough. So that last scene with Great Ape Vegeta could have been him being obliterated by his own blast being knocked back at him. So that means we might finally have key clashes. Also, when the CAC is sent into the portal, it looks like one of two things. They've either added diversions to battles, which is why we saw the CAC versus Self, Turtles versus CAC, and Vegeta versus CAC scenes, or we can now offline battle our own Time Patrollers and the AI will look possessed, which doesn't completely make sense compared to the other one, but it's still a possibility. You heard it here first, folks. The giant mechanics now look smoother, considering this is the first trailer to come out with lots of giant gameplay. Before now, all we really had was the Namekian transforming and then grabbing someone. Also, this 5 or 6 versus 1 mode doesn't just mean Great Apes. We did see them fighting Broly. There is a small thing I noticed during the Super Namek scene, and that is that off to the left you'll see a downed player with another player reviving them with that little orb around them. So we know that mechanic is still the same. Sorry if any of you were hoping it'd be different. Now a question I have is, since we saw so much giant gameplay, are we going to be able to play as other giants? A while back before Super Namek revealed, Dimps denied having playable giants. So now has that changed? Be sure to comment what you think. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at the Smidwinders, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Tom, aka Jugs, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves.